Hello dear students, today we are going to deal with the morphology of shoot system in plants. Let me first of all make you understand that the plant body is constituted of two distinct systems, the root system and the shoot system, and in the previous part we have tried to get over the root system. We have almost completed that. Okay. So today we will focus on the morphology of shoot system, and shoot system is constituted of two subsystems. You have stems, okay, and you have leaves. And first of all, we will discuss the morphology of stems. Some important features of stems that you will remember once for all. These features include the stem develops from the pillimule of the embryo, or you can say it develops from the embryonic pillimule. Here you can see you have an embryo, okay, and once the seed germinates, here you can see it germinates. Here you are having cotyledons, you are having radicle, okay, and you are having here a hypocotyle, and you are having pillimule. This part of the embryo, which is known as pillimule, it forms the future shoot. Okay, you have to remember this. The pillimule gives rise to the shoot of the future plant body. Okay, and stems are positively phototropic and they are negatively geotropic. That means stems usually they move towards the source of light, and in rare cases it has been found that stems remain underground. Otherwise, they are negatively geotropic. They move away from the soil. And the stems are distinguishable into distinct nodes and internodes. You have nodes and internodes. Nodes means those places where branches and leaves originate, and internodes means those places where you do not have the leaves and branches. Okay, and one more important feature about stems is there is no terminal cap. Okay, हमने देखा था जो roots है, you are having a distinct root cap, but that cap is present in case absent in case of stems. You do not have a stem cap. Okay, only roots have the distinct cap at the tip. And one more important feature is the stems are usually aerial, but in some cases it is subaerial or even underground. Okay, when we will focus on the next subtopics in this morphology of stems, you will come to know what are the different types of stems that grow underground. And they may be herbaceous, it means they may be green. Okay, you might have seen some plants in which the stems are completely green, or they may be woody. Okay, you also have seen plants in which the stems are woody, they contain xylem and phloem. And some important terms that you will remember about stems is, first of all, you have scape. These are those stems which do not possess leaves. Okay, leaves are absent, and these stems are only there to bear flowers. Okay, here you can see these are the scapes of onion. They lack leaves. Okay, and these stems they bear flowers at the top. Okay, you have to remember that these stems are known as scapes, and those plants which possess scapes, they are known as acaulescent plants. Okay, I will repeat. Scapes are those stems which are completely devoid of leaves, and these stems function as the bearers of flowers at their tips. Okay, and those plants which bear scapes, which have scapes, they are known as acaulescent plants. And one more important term that you will remember about stems is in some plants, for example, you have bambusa, जिसको आप बैम्बू बोलते हो, ठीक है. The nodes are solid. Here you are having a node, and this node is solid. Okay, and it is having internodes, and these internodes are hollow. Okay, that means in bamboo you will find nodes are solid and the internodes are hollow. This type of stem is known as column. Okay, Now, what is a node? Okay, if you have to define node, how you can define it? Node is actually a place where leaves and branches arise. Okay, a place where leaves and branches arise is known as node. Actually, the place of origin of a leaf is the shoot apex. Okay, and when the plant grows in height, the leaf comes down. Here I will tell you how it happens. You are having shoot apex and leaves originate at this point. And when this plant grows further, this leaf comes down, and when it comes down, it is differentiated as a node. Okay. And the growth of a shoot system is possible because of the presence of buds, and these buds are of two distinct categories. First of all, you are having vegetative buds, and second, you are having the floral buds. Vegetative buds are those buds which are associated, which are involved in the vegetative growth of the plants, and floral buds are those buds which are involved in the formation of flowers, that means reproductive buds. Okay, now the types of buds on the basis of their position. Broadly speaking, there are three types of buds depending upon their position, relative position in the plant body. First of all, you are having apical buds. The apical buds are terminal in position, and they are responsible for the terminal growth in plants. Here you can see you are having an apical bud here, okay, at the top of this plant, and this apical bud, it is responsible for the growth in length of the plant. Now the second type of bud is axillary bud. Those buds which lie on the node, okay, they are positioned in the node, and these buds you will find in the axils of the leaves. Okay, here you can see this is a leaf here, and in the axil of this leaf you are having a bud, and this bud is known as axillary bud, and this axillary bud is involved in the formation of lateral branches. And one more type of bud is known as accessory bud. This bud also lies on the node, but it is slightly positioned away from the leaf axil, and this bud also gives rise to lateral branches. Here you can see you are having here an axillary bud, and away from the axillary bud on the same node you are having one more bud which is known as accessory bud. Okay, and this accessory bud is also involved in the formation of lateral branches. Besides the above mentioned buds, there are some other bud types which are born adventitiously. Okay, and the first one is you are having colline buds, and these buds, they arise from the stem. Okay, they arise from the stem, but these are not necessarily positioned at the nodes. Yaad rakhna. There are some other types of buds which which arise adventitiously. Okay, and if these buds arise from the stems, they are known as colline buds. Okay, and the colline buds are not necessarily positioned at the nodes. Okay, they can arise at the internode region as well. And you have one more type of these adventitious buds which are known as radical buds, and radical buds, they arise from the roots. Here you can see you are having a root, and this root gives rise to an adventitious bud which is known as a radical bud. Okay, and these adventitious buds can also originate from the leaves. At that time they are known as foliar buds, and the best example is that of kalankoi. Okay, here you can see at the margins of its leaves you are having a number of buds, and these buds later on they give rise to new plants. Okay, this is all for today, and in the next part we will continue with the morphology of stems, and till then, God bless you and thank you all.